distant horn player delivers a sorrowful freight, carrying unspoken message that echoes down the empty urban street. The sound is suppressed, filtered through a brass dome of isolation, mirroring the exact texture of our current emotional communication. I listen to the fragile intervals cutting through the midnight air, a haunting vibration that perfectly captures my deep internal despair. We used to speak with absolute clarity, projecting our thoughts loud and high. Now our conversations are hushed beneath this unforgiving twilight sky. The volume has evaporated from our sacred daily routine, leaving us stranded inside a dull, predictable pantomime scene, staring at the remnants of what we used to passionately mean, left with nothing but the echo of this lonely, muted trumpet tonight. While the city lights outside flicker their remaining orange light, the suppressed frequency can't awaken a love that has gone to sleep, leaving us with promises we no longer possess the strength to keep. I remember when our passion was a roaring brass fanfare, so proud, capable of cutting through the noise of any judgmental theater crowd. But arrogance is a silencer that caps the expression of the soul, leaving us with these whispered fragments stripped of our original control. My fingers rest motionless upon the dark grand piano keys, listening to that distant lamentation floating on the autumn breeze. We don't need to shout our mutual accusations to the world outside, when this muffled resonance exposes the futility of our creative pride. The volume has evaporated from our sacred daily routine, leaving us stranded inside a dull, predictable pantomime scene, staring at the remnants of what we used to passionately mean. of this late night show. Hear the sound drop before the notes stop, muffled and low, end of the show. Left with nothing but the echo of this lonely, muted trumpet tonight, while the city lights outside flicker their remaining orange light. The suppressed frequency can awaken a love that has gone to sleep, leaving us with promises we no longer possess the strength to keep. Muted trumpet fading away into the midnight chill, while the surrounding world stands completely still. Time to walk away. Heavy metal links constrict my swollen, sensitive ankle bone, securing my physical body to this cold dungeon foundation stone. I've been captive to the rigid expectations of a judgmental peer group, forced to perform the identical daily routine inside an exhausting loop. I carry the psychological weight of an invisible prison sentence for years, masking my profound artistic vulnerability behind a barrier of manufactured fears. The key was tossed into the deep reservoir of corporate entertainment greed, leaving my spirit stranded, stripped of the basic nourishment I need. The friction creates a raw sore upon our collective emotional skin, a painful reminder of the treacherous legal trap we allowed ourselves to step in. We must gather the internal strength to let the true liberation begin, breaking the constriction of this stubborn iron shackle today, refusing to let the historical captivity dictate our ultimate way. Though the metal is thick and the rivets are reinforced with steel, our unyielding devotion possesses a power that no prison can conceal. I spent decades strumming my instrument for executives in the high tower, exchanging my creative autonomy for a temporary taste of political power. But your uncompromising voice shatters the heavy illusion of the luxury cage, awakening a sleeping warrior who refuses to remain a puppet on this stage. The piano strings vibrate with a fierce, redemptive harmonic resonance as we execute a sonic rebellion against this long-term state of penance. We don't need the endorsement of the wardens who manage the commercial scene, when our private coordination can dismantle this entire corrupt machine. The friction creates a raw sore upon our collective is a power that no prison can conceal. That we generate. Tonight we are the absolute master architects of our own romantic fate. Hear it crack, take freedom back, unwound, unbound, on sacred ground. Breaking the constriction of this stubborn iron shackle today, refusing to let the historical captivity dictate our ultimate way. Though the metal is thick and the rivets are reinforced with steel, our unyielding devotion possesses a power that no prison can conceal. Iron shackle snapping into a million separate pieces now, fulfilling our long-awaited spiritual liberation vow. Yeah, we are finally free. Soft hues of lavender and apricot paint the eastern mountain peak, replacing the heavy darkness with the gentle comfort that we seek. I sit on the dew-covered grass porch, watching the shadows dissolve away, feeling a quiet rejuvenation as the night relinquishes its sway. The blinding glare of yesterday's failures has completely deceased, giving way to a serene temperature that has our internal spirits increased. I tune the strings of my vintage auditorium instrument with careful grace, capturing the exact color palette reflected upon your welcoming face. The celestial transition performs its magnificent opening show, spilling a river of soft rose water across the landscape below. We experience an immediate spiritual elevation as the early breezes blow, walking forward together inside the beauty of this pastel dawn today, allowing the competitive anxieties of the city to gracefully fade away. A gentle acoustic melody soaring high into the clear, refreshing air. We are completely protected from the reach of any external despair. I've spent decades performing under harsh artificial stage spotlights, navigating the cold, exhausting conditions of temporary festival nights. But no theatrical production matches this organic, atmospheric display, turning our simple human connection into an immortal, creative highway. The mountain wind carries the fresh fragrance of wild orchid vegetation, providing a reassuring confirmation for our long-term destination. Your hand rests securely upon my shoulder, steady and completely strong, reminding my wandering spirit that this is exactly where I belong. The celestial transition performs its magnificent opening show, spilling a river of soft rose water across the landscape below. We experience an immediate spiritual elevation as the early breezes blow. Gracefully fade away. A gentle acoustic melody soaring high into the clear, refreshing air. We are completely protected from the reach of any external despair. Everlasting source of inspiration that no modern stress can drain. A brilliant, indestructible shield that shields us from the pain. See the mist clear, dismantle the fear. The light is so pure, our future is sure. Walking forward together inside the beauty of this pastel dawn today, allowing the competitive anxieties of the city to gracefully fade away. A gentle acoustic melody soaring high into the clear, refreshing air. We are completely protected from the reach of any external despair. Pastel dawn, painting our lives with brilliant grace, leaving a beautiful permanent smile upon your face. As the morning arrives, brick structures enclose this narrow, forgotten municipal passageway, blocking the final remaining glimmers of the retreating winter day. I face a solid stone barrier, realizing there is no forward route, trapped inside a psychological labyrinth plagued by absolute doubt. I navigated my vehicle down this uncharted metropolitan grid coordinate, failing to anticipate that the local infrastructure would be so insubordinate. The exhaust fumes linger heavily inside this damp, dead-end pocket, like a broken mechanism frozen tight inside a rusted iron socket. The navigation system glitches, flashing a warning signal of total despair as the cold city atmosphere chokes our capacity to breathe the air. We must confront the reality that we are trapped completely right there, stuck motionless inside the confinement of this dark blind alley tonight, where the surrounding concrete walls obstruct our internal spiritual sight. No emergency exit available to rescue our separate exhausted frames. We are forced to stop playing these destructive, competitive corporate games. I spent half a century sprinting down the wide avenues of commercial fame, trading my authentic creative identity for the prestige of a billboard name. But this sudden architectural restriction forces a much needed pause, dismantling the illusion of progress governed by high society laws. Your acoustic accompaniment reverberates off the stained masonry facade, providing an honest, unvarnished rhythm that refuses to act as a fraud. We don't need a sprawling highway or a luxurious open thoroughfare when this enclosed space forces our souls to strip completely bare. The navigation system glitches, flashing a warning signal of total despair as the cold city atmosphere chokes our capacity to breathe the air. We must confront the reality that we are trapped completely right there, stuck motionless inside the confinement of this dark blind alley tonight, where the surrounding concrete walls obstruct our internal spiritual sight. No emergency exit available to rescue our separate exhausted frames. We are forced to stop playing these destructive, competitive corporate games. Basic artistic elements that we truly need. No way out. Silence the shout. Face the wall. Survive it all. Start motionless inside the confinement of this dark blind alley tonight, where the surrounding concrete walls obstruct our internal spiritual side. No emergency exit available to rescue our separate exhausted frames. We are forced to stop playing these destructive, competitive corporate games. Blind alley, forcing us to turn completely around, finding our authentic footing upon this solid urban ground. Time to walk back. thick brown clay clings heavily to the rubber tires of my old transport truck, immobilizing the vehicle inside a deep ditch where the spinning wheels got stuck. The rain has ceased, but it left behind a treacherous, unpaved rural lane, mirroring the messy complications currently cluttering my overtaxed brain. I spent my life traversing the smooth, pristine asphalt of the highway tour, believing that speed and convenience were the ultimate markers of a career mature. But this primordial sludge beneath my leather boots forces a slower stride, compelling my spirit to abandon the foolish momentum of my creative pride. The unpaved path demands absolute patience and a shifting of our gears, washing away the artificial urgency that fueled our historical fears. We must accept the slow progress as the thick fog gradually clears, navigating the messy terrain of this slippery, muddy track today, refusing to let the challenging conditions discourage our ultimate way. Every sliding skid along this path teaches a lesson of resilience, guiding our weary hearts toward a brand new creative brilliance. I remember when every musical arrangement felt over-polished and clean, a sterile product manufactured inside a sophisticated computer program machine. But standing here beside you in the middle of this swampy country route, I find a raw, unvarnished truth that eliminates every corporate doubt. The air smells of wet earth, rotting leaves, and wild pine vegetation, providing an authentic backdrop for our long-term spiritual destination. We don't need a golden chariot or a flawless luxury limousine ride when we can conquer the elemental challenges while walking side by side. The unpaved path demands absolute patience and a shifting of our gears, washing away the artificial urgency that fueled our historical fears. We must accept the slow progress as the thick fog gradually clears, navigating the messy terrain of this slippery, muddy track today, refusing to let the challenging conditions discourage our ultimate way. Every sliding skid along this path teaches a lesson of resilience, guiding our weary hearts toward a brand new creative brilliance. Understand the plan, living our lives with absolute independence, far away from the city clan. Push through the clay, find a new way, step by step, the promise we kept. Navigating the messy terrain of this slippery, muddy track today, refusing to let the challenging conditions discourage our ultimate way. Every sliding skid along this path teaches a lesson of resilience, guiding our weary hearts toward a brand new creative brilliance. Muddy track leading The heavy cast iron fluke has snapped completely beneath the ocean floor, leaving our fragile vessel drifting targetless away from the safety shore. I watch the nautical instruments spinning wildly inside the cockpit frame, realizing we no longer possess the mechanism to hold this shifting game. I spent my life relying on a rigid set of traditional safety lines, believing that absolute security was guaranteed by my strategic designs. But this sudden metal fatigue in the deepest channel of the bay forces my stubborn spirit to accept the currents heading our way. The mooring fails as the undertow increases its relentless force, tearing our historical attachments away from their original source. We must navigate the open water without a predetermined course, floating adrift due to the failure of this broken anchor today, refusing to let the maritime panic discourage our ultimate way. Though the depths are terrifying and the wind begins to fiercely roar, this unintended drift might guide us toward a more authentic shore. Were firmly secured and precise, a calculated commercial product that carried an expensive retail price. But standing here upon this pitching deck in the middle of the gale, I find a raw clarity that makes the old security look incredibly pale. The piano strings vibrate with a deep echoing oceanic resonance as we abandon the heavy weights that kept our spirits in penance. We don't need a permanent mooring or a guaranteed harbor slot when this unpredictable voyage teaches a lesson we never forgot. The mooring fails as the undertow increases its relentless force, tearing our historical attachments away from their original source. We must navigate the open water without a predetermined course, floating adrift due to the failure of this broken anchor today, refusing to let the maritime panic discourage our ultimate way. Though the depths are terrifying and the wind begins to fiercely roar, this unintended drift might guide us toward a more authentic shore. Charts we drew, there is no past to bind us when the horizon is completely new. No longer tethered to the static grievances of the solid ground, we embrace the wild momentum where true freedom can be found. The chain is loose, no more excuse, drifting free out to sea. the failure of this broken anchor today, refusing to let the maritime panic discourage our ultimate way. Though the depths are terrifying and the wind begins to fiercely roar, this unintended drift might guide us toward a more authentic shore. Broken anchor, leaving the old harbor far behind, a liberating direction that our weary spirits can find. Just let it drift. Just let it drift. Dark liquid boils slowly inside the cracked glass laboratory flask, masking the underlying exhaustion beneath a professional smiling mask. I pour a steaming portion into a stained porcelain chalice cup, anticipating a chemical boost before the morning anxieties wake up. You handed me a beverage infused with your guarded, sharp critique, a volatile substance that leaves my defensive systems incredibly weak. We coat our personal resentments in a thin layer of artificial glaze, trapped inside a repetitive, fundamentally exhausting emotional daze. The flavor on our tongues quickly turns into a burning acidic trace, exposing the deep-seated grievances that time could never fully erase. We keep drinking the poison, expecting a different kind of grace, swallowing the heavy truth of this dark, bitter brew tonight, while the fading street lights outside offer a dim flicker inside a sorrowful jazz arrangement. There is no escaping the consequences of our destructive creative force. I watch you pace across the floorboards in your elegant velvet wrap, the most fascinating, dangerous individual caught inside this trap. Your compliments are double-edged, cutting through my prideful facade, shattering the illusion that our relationship was completely unawed. The electric guitar intervals you execute are full of underlying strain, a beautiful cover designed to conceal the presence of internal pain. We are two stubborn composers locked in a silent psychological war, forgetting the basic affection that brought us together before. The flavor on our tongues quickly turns into a burning acidic trace, exposing the deep-seated grievances that time could never fully erase. We keep drinking the poison, expecting a different kind of grace, swallowing the heavy truth of this dark, bitter brew tonight, while the fading street lights outside offer a dim flicker inside a sorrowful jazz arrangement. There is no escaping the consequences of our destructive destructive creative force. Should we discard the chalice and pour the dregs down the drain? Admit that neither one of us possesses the capacity to sustain the pain. Or do we crave the acrid taste because it proves we can still feel? A desperate justification to convince ourselves that our connection is real. Taste the burn, a difficult lesson to learn. No sweetness left of illusions bereft, following the heavy truth of this dark bit of brew tonight, while the fading street lights outside offer a dim, flickering sight. A sorrowful jazz arrangement, the soundtrack for our discourse. There is no escaping consequences of our destructive creative force. Bitter brew lingering heavily upon our lips, with every single temporary sip. Time to let it cool. A distant horn player delivers a sorrowful phrase from the dim balcony suite, carrying an unspoken message that echoes down the empty urban street. The sound is suppressed, filtered through a brass dome of isolation, mirroring the exact texture of our current emotional communication. I listen to the fragile intervals cutting through the midnight air, a haunting vibration that perfectly captures my deep internal despair. We used to speak with absolute clarity, projecting our thoughts loud and high. Now our conversations are hushed beneath this unforgiving twilight sky. The volume has evaporated from our sacred daily routine, leaving us stranded inside a dull, predictable pantomime scene, staring at the remnants of what we used to passionately mean, left with nothing but the echo of this lonely muted trumpet tonight, while the city lights outside flicker their remaining orange light. The suppressed frequency can awaken a love that has gone to sleep, leaving us with promises we no longer possess the strength to keep. I remember when our passion was a roaring brass fanfare so proud, capable of cutting through the noise of any judgmental theater crowd. But arrogance is a silencer that caps the expression of the soul, leaving us with these whispered fragments stripped of our original control. My fingers rest motionless upon the dark grand piano keys, listening to that distant lamentation floating on the autumn breeze. We don't need to shout our mutual accusations to the world outside, when this muffled resonance exposes the futility of our creative pride. The volume has evaporated from our sacred daily routine, leaving us stranded inside a dull, predictable pantomime scene, staring at the remnants of what we used to passionately mean. Left with nothing but the echo of this lonely muted trumpet tonight, while the city lights outside flicker their remaining orange light. The suppressed frequency can awaken a love that has gone to sleep, leaving us with promises we no longer possess the strength to keep. Should we allow the final notes to dissolve into the concrete maze? Take a definitive step back from the edge of this prideful daze? Is there a way to remove the barrier and let the true passion blow? Or are we destined to fade like the embers of this late night show? Hear the sound drop before the notes stop, muffled and low, end of the show. Left with nothing but the echo of this lonely muted trumpet tonight, while the city lights outside flicker their remaining orange light. The suppressed frequency can awaken a love that has gone to sleep, leaving us with promises we no longer possess the strength to keep. Hear the trumpet fading away into the midnight chill, while the surrounding world stands completely still. Time to walk away. Thick brown clay clings heavily to the rubber tires of my old transport truck, immobilizing the vehicle inside a deep ditch where the spinning wheels got stuck. The rain has ceased, but it left behind a treacherous, unpaved rural lane, mirroring the messy complications currently cluttering my overtaxed brain. I spend my life traversing the smooth, pristine asphalt of the highway tour, believing that speed and convenience were the ultimate markers of a career mature. But this primordial sludge beneath my leather boots forces a slower stride, compelling my spirit to abandon the foolish momentum of my creative pride. The unpaved path demands absolute patience and a shifting of our gears, washing away the artificial urgency that fueled our history. historical fears. We must accept the slow progress as the thick fog gradually clears, navigating the messy terrain of this slippery, muddy track today, refusing to let the challenging conditions discourage our ultimate way. Every slide and skid along this path teaches a lesson of resilience, guiding our weary hearts toward a brand new creative brilliance. I remember when every musical arrangement felt over, polished and clean, a sterile product manufactured inside a sophisticated computer program machine. But standing here beside you in the middle of this swampy country route, I find a raw, unvarnished truth that eliminates every corporate doubt. The air smells of wet earth, rotting leaves, and wild pine vegetation, providing an authentic backdrop for a long-term spiritual destination. We don't need a golden chariot or a flawless luxury limousine ride when we can conquer the elemental challenges while walking side by side. The unpaved path demands absolute patience and a shifting of our gears, washing away the artificial urgency that fueled our historical fears. We must accept the slow progress as the thick fog gradually clears, navigating the messy terrain of this slippery, muddy track today, refusing to let the challenging conditions discourage our ultimate way. Every slide and skid along this path teaches a lesson of resilience, guiding our weary hearts toward a brand new creative brilliance. Pitch a temporary tent and celebrate the choices we make. No tow trucks required when our combined instincts understand the plan, living our lives with absolute independence, far away from the city clan. Push through the clay, find a new way, step by step, the promise we kept. Navigating the messy terrain of this slippery, muddy track today, refusing to let the challenging conditions constrict my swollen, sensitive ankle bone, securing my physical body to this cold dungeon foundation stone. I've been captive to the rigid expectations of a judgmental peer group, forced to perform the identical daily routine inside an exhausting loop. I carry the psychological weight of an invisible prison sentence for years, masking my profound artistic vulnerability behind a barrier of manufactured fears. The key was tossed into the deep reservoir of corporate entertainment greed, leaving my spirit stranded, stripped of the basic nourishment I need. The friction creates a raw sore upon our collective emotional skin, a painful reminder of the treacherous legal trap we allowed ourselves to step in. We must gather the internal strength to let the true liberation begin. Breaking the constriction of this stubborn iron shackle today, refusing to let the historical captivity dictate our ultimate way. Though the metal is thick and the rivets are reinforced with steel, our unyielding devotion possesses a power that no prison can conceal. I spent decades strumming my instrument for executives in the high tower, exchanging my creative autonomy for a temporary taste of political power. But your uncompromising voice shatters the heavy illusion of the luxury cage, awakening a sleeping warrior who refuses to remain a puppet on their stage. The piano strings vibrate with a fierce, redemptive harmonic resonance as we execute a sonic rebellion against this long-term state of penance. We don't need the endorsement of the wardens who manage the commercial scene, when our private coordination can dismantle this entire corrupt machine. The friction creates a raw sore upon our collective emotional skin, a painful reminder of the treacherous legal trap we allowed ourselves to step in. We must gather the internal strength to let the true liberation begin. Breaking the constriction of this stubborn iron shackle today, refusing to let the historical captivity dictate our ultimate way. Though the metal is thick and the rivets are reinforced with steel, our unyielding devotion possesses a power that no prison can conceal. No cells can contain the magnitude of the frequency that we generate. Tonight we are the absolute master architects of our own romantic fate. Hear it crack, take freedom back, unwound, unbound on sacred ground. Breaking the constriction of this stubborn iron shackle today, refusing to let the historical captivity dictate our ultimate way. Though the metal is thick and the rivets are reinforced with steel, our unyielding devotion possesses a power that no prison can conceal. Iron shackles snapping into a million separate pieces now, fulfilling our long-awaited spiritual liberation vow. Yeah, we are finally free. pulses pierce the sensitive skin of my bare palm, dismantling the artificial illusion of my previous calm. I run my hand across the unplaned beams of this unfinished frame, a structural monument to a relationship we failed to tame. I spent my life hiding behind a smooth, laminated plastic facade, polishing my public image to ensure that nobody called me a fraud. But this rugged, uncarved cedar board forces an honest review, exposing the knots and imperfections that I always hid from you. The natural grain resists the sharp edge of the carpenter's knife, reflecting the stubborn friction that defined our creative life. We must accept the uneven surface without any further internal strife, constructing our sanctuary out of this coarse, rough timber today, refusing to let the lack of polish discourage our ultimate way. Every knot and crack within these walls tells a story of survival, a primitive fortress protecting our long-awaited spiritual arrival. Spiritual arrival. I remember when our arrangements were overproduced and clean, a sterile product manufactured inside a high-tech studio machine. But standing here inside this rustic workshop, the illusions die, leaving me naked beneath the unforgiving rafters of the sky. The piano strings vibrate with a fierce, unvarnished acoustic depth, as the smell of fresh cedar sawdust inspires each heavy breath. We don't need a glamorous amphitheater or a shiny chrome display when these basic materials say everything we ever wanted to say. The natural grain resists the sharp edge of the carpenter's knife, reflecting the stubborn friction that defined our creative life. We must accept the uneven surface without any further internal strife, constructing our sanctuary out of this coarse, rough timber today, refusing to let the lack of polish discourage our ultimate way. Every knot and crack within these walls tells a story of survival, a primitive fortress protecting our long-awaited spiritual arrival. Spiritual arrival. Contains no heart. We choose the uncarved edges that allow an authentic connection to start. Feel the grain, survive the pain, unpolished wood as it should, constructing our sanctuary out of this coarse, rough timber today, refusing to let the lack of polish discourage our ultimate way. Every knot and crack within these walls tells a story of survival, a primitive fortress protecting our long-awaited spiritual arrival. Rough timber holding our shelter secure, a primitive architecture that will endure. Just let the fragments settle progress decayingly across the damp forest trail. Its bark is peeling away, stripped by decades of fierce winter gale. I tap upon its weathered surface, finding an empty, echoing sound. A natural acoustic chamber hidden deep beneath the mossy ground. I spend my life hiding inside a protective, superficial armor chest, fearing that honesty would expose the vulnerabilities inside my breast. But looking at this empty timber cylinder, I recognize my own design. A hollow shell masquerading as a monument, majestic and fine. The wind reverberates through the cylinder, a rustic melody reminding us that no creator is ever completely alone. We must discard the internal vacancy to let the authentic music grow. Strumming our melodies beside this ancient hollow log today, allowing the organic resonance to wash our superficial pride away from the empty spaces of our past. A new substance can start to fill the silent chambers of our unraveled creative heart. I remember when my performances were calculated, precise and grand, designed to extract applause from crowds across the civilized land. But standing here inside this pristine wilderness, the illusions die, leaving me naked beneath the vast expanse of the northern sky. The piano notes resonate with a pure, unvarnished acoustic depth, as a fresh pine fragrance inspires each deep, deliberate breath. We don't need a polished amphitheater or a glamorous luxury scene when this simple woodland sanctuary offers a truth so clean. The wind reverberates through the cylinder, a rustic melody reminding us that no creator is ever completely alone. We must discard the internal vacancy to let the authentic music grow. Strumming our melodies beside this ancient hollow log today, allowing the organic resonance to wash our superficial pride away from the empty spaces of our past. A new substance can start to fill the silent chambers of our unraveled creative heart. Perspectives whole. Hear the echo ring, let the spirit sing. Fill the empty space with absolute grace. Strumming our melodies beside this ancient hollow log today, allowing the organic resonance to wash our superficial pride away from the empty spaces of our past. A new substance can start to fill the silent chambers of our unraveled creative heart. Hollow log, carrying our secrets into the forest deep. natural sanctuary where our promises will safely keep. Just let the echo fade. Fingertips navigate the dark polished surface of this upright frame, sensing the ancient vibrations of a song that lacks a formal name. This dark wooden segment dictates a heavier mood, a solemn frequency, unlocking the private memories that I guarded with absolute secrecy.
I watch your hands execute those complex minor 11th intervals so fine, creating a rich tapestry of sound that perfectly intertwines with mine.
The acoustic guitar responds with a series of understated soft string bends,
articulating the unspoken truths
that our stubborn pride finally defends. The dark keys formulate a sacred blueprint of emotional release, dismantling our intellectual defenses to grant our overtaxed minds peace. We discover a rare sanctuary where all our artistic conflicts cease, striking our deepest confessions upon this lonely ebony key tonight, where the superficial distortion of the world is all out of sight. A timeless jazz fusion arrangement, guiding our weary spirits home. We are content, creating our own paradise beneath this grand celestial dome.
I spend half a life seeking validation within the commercial arena's glare, exchanging my authentic autonomy for a crown woven out of thin air.
But this minimal acoustic configuration restores my original clarity, showing me that genuine creative connection is an invaluable rarity. The resonance lingers inside the wooden cabinet, heavy and profound, a beautiful contrast to the frantic noises of the city streets around. We don't need a massive orchestra or a glamorous theatrical display when this subtle interaction says everything we ever wanted to say. The dark keys formulate a sacred blueprint of emotional release, dismantling our intellectual defenses to grant our overtaxed minds peace. We discover a rare sanctuary where all our artistic conflicts cease, striking our deepest confessions upon this lonely ebony key tonight, where the superficial appreciate the depth of what we feel when the black ivory opens up and reveals what is genuinely real. Feel the note drop before the vibrations stop. Dark and pure, our devotion is sure, striking our deepest confessions upon this lonely ebony key tonight, where the superficial distortions of the world dissolve out of sight. Timeless jazz fusion arranging, guiding our weary spirits home. We are content creating our own paradise beneath this grand celestial dome. Ebony key, a painting our sanctuary in the magnificent dark hue. An everlasting dedication from my soul straight to you. Just let the final chord fade. White noise crackles through the worn-out copper speakers of the audio deck, sending a strange, unsettling vibration straight down my neck. I adjust the analog dial frequency, attempting to locate a clear station, but the transmission remains blocked by a wall of industrial insulation.
I'm holding the microphonic receiver, listening to the underlying electric buzz, wondering if our previous connection was ever as stable as I thought it was. The modern universe communicates through a high-tech layer of distortion, drowning our authentic artistic expressions in a commercial proportion. The interference expands across the subterranean communication channel, disrupting each digital signal, entering our master control panel. We must bypass the technical glitch to find our emotional channel. Trapped inside the frequency of this relentless static hum tonight, where the authentic messages struggle to reach the internal light. A sophisticated jazz fusion, tracking our auditory escape before the synthetic interference permanently alters our creative shape. I watch the green indicator lights flashing on the laboratory console, reflecting the sterile conditions that attempt to manipulate my soul. I pluck a series of dissonant intervals upon my amplified steel cord, seeking an honest resonance that can never be replicated or stored. Your guitar phrases pierce through the thick electronic fog of the room, dismantling the artificial barriers of this high-tech recording doom. We don't need a polished digital master or a flawless computerized track, when our raw, uncompressed instinct can take our autonomy back. The interference expands across the subterranean communication channel, disrupting each digital signal, entering our master control panel. We must bypass the technical glitch to find our emotional channel. Trapped inside the frequency of this relentless static hum tonight, where the authentic messages struggle to reach the internal light. A sophisticated jazz fusion, tracking our auditory escape before the synthetic interference
interference permanently alters our creative shape. Artificial program can outlast the structural integrity of what we express. When our synchronized human instinct is the only authority we confess. Hear the buzz clear, the message is near. Bypass the machine, keep the signal clean. Relentless static hum tonight, where the authentic messages struggle to reach the internal light. A sophisticated jazz fusion, tracking our auditory escape before the synthetic interference permanently alters our creative shape. Static hum fading away into the concrete maze, and in the chaotic distortion of our high-tech days, let the silence remain. Lush fabric drapes elegantly across the lounge booth perimeter ring, shielding our private sanctuary from the outer world's chaotic sting. I stroll down the carpeted aisle, catching the syncopated groove so fine, feeling my defensive walls transform into a beautiful, relaxed design. I'm leaning against the mahogany counter of this upscale cabaret room, tuning my electric instrument away from the daily corporate gloom. The drummer drops a relaxed, bouncing rhythm pattern that captures my feet, an irresistible invitation, making our separate creative paths meet. The atmosphere is thick with anticipation, expensive botanical wine, a welcoming playground where our independent trajectories can align. We are melting into the tempo, entering a magnificent sonic shrine, moving together inside the pocket of this infectious satin shuffle tonight, where the dividing boundaries blur beneath the lavender neon light. Let the elegant rhythm dictate exactly how our bodies should sway. We are leaving the rigid structures of the world completely far away. I've strummed the blues in grand concert halls across the globe's expanse, but nothing matches this lounge's ability to induce a therapeutic trance. Your hips move like water flow
electric keyboard executes
a series of sophisticated jazz runs so sweet, matching the rapid, joyful acceleration of our mutual